I'm feeling a bit peckish, so I've decided I need to make some muffins. And I really like them when they're freshly cooked by me. I bought 2 of these. These were $2.50 in the reject shop. They're not out of date. 30th of the 10th, 2026. And I've bought these blueberry muffin ones as well. Betty Crocker. I got these, not from the, I think I got them from Woolies, I think. And I've got some more scone mix as well. Those scones are real good. They weren't too bad. I'm going to try and make them a bit softer by not leaving them in the oven too. I don't think I'll have the oven on so high. But they were quite good. Anyhow, now I'm going to, I've got these patty things. It says it makes 12, but I tend to make mine bigger. I've just put 2 little ones there just in case I have some left over. And I'm going to add the different kind of stuff. First, I'll just check, I'll put them on that top one. And I'll put the oven on. Can't quite remember what it says to put the oven on. I've made them before. Oh yeah, I won't be using the vegetable oil either. It worked out fine last time with the margarine. 180 degrees fan forced oven. 150. 80's all the way up there. And so I've emptied the banana mix in there, and it does smell like banana too. And now I've bought some of these. I often buy these for Cody to nibble on. And I've bought some of these sultana ones too. I'm going to use them in my baking. And they're convenient because they come in the little packets. And I mean, the sultanas, I think they only cost like $2.50. I don't think the trail mix is much more. It might be about $4. And oh yeah, I bought some of these. I do often buy these. I bought some of these. I do often like to put them in the carrot cake that I normally make. I got one of these too. So I'm going to add some of these extra things that I've got. I'll definitely be putting some of the walnuts in there. And yeah, I might put some of these and these in there. And I'm going to, it says oil. I'm not going to use oil. I'm going to use margarine. It says 1 egg. Now I've only got the really extra large eggs, but I found it actually makes, the more egg it does made it nicer. Kind of makes them spongier. Okay, I'm going to put some of these in there. I've snipped it open and I just crush them a bit. This, make them a bit more crushed. It says crumbs walnuts, but I want them smaller. So I'll just go like this. I don't think I've cut it enough. Hang on here. I don't know if they've got the thing. Oh yeah, they have. They've got the thingy in there so you can reseal it. The thingy. Just crush them all. few of them in there. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, I can see, because I've got it leaning up against something that with the vegetable oil at the back of it, because my phone's in the wallet. Okay. Oh, these were really good in it last time, these trail mix, because there's a, I mean, you don't get much in a box, they're tiny, but there's so I think there's some almonds and some dried fruit. The almonds tasted really yummy in the muffin. I have always been a fan of almonds, I must admit, and I used to love eating the wild almonds that used to grow along the creek where I grew up. Where I grew up near my high school, and where I would often wag school with my my friends in high school. Okay, so that's how much you get in a little box of trail mix. There's an almond. Yeah, the fresh almonds, you crack them open. They were yummy. They used to grow quite a lot actually, around all the creeks and all that where I grew up. Wild almond trees. I'm just wondering, I don't want to make it too bulky. I think I might use another carton of trail mix. Oh wow, this one's got loads of them in there too. They're quite good, you know, for a little snack. They're quite inexpensive to buy these little boxes. So they're more dearer than the sultanas, but they're quite inexpensive if you want to try getting them. Okay, so yes, I've added extra to mine. I'm making them quite meaty. So I'll put the sultanas back in there. Trail mix. Ingredients. Mixed dried fruit, sultanas, currants, dried apricot, almonds, cashews and walnuts. Well, if you're only a little box, so you might not get all of them in one box. And then I'll put some of them in them too. So I'm going to get the egg. I must go out tomorrow. I'm just rethinking that again. I do need to go out because I really need to get cat food. I got cat food, but it's running out fast. I only got the smaller packets of cat food, and so I use more of them for the big cats. And I use eggs every day. My son eats eggs every day. And I'm going to be using some of this too, of which I'll melt it in the microwave. Yeah, I was thinking I've got all this fruit here, so I don't need to go out and buy fruit. I bought that on Friday. But yeah, cat food, I do need the cat food, as my cat food supply runs out very quickly. And I buy it when it's on special. So this was full. This was over full, and I had extra packets, but I only had these little ones. so I've used more of them. These are bigger ones I didn't get this time. So I have to find out. They weren't on sale in Coles, so I've got to check Woolies. And these are normal price. These is $5 for a box in the reject shop. But I sometimes give the bigger cats 2 of these each feed, because you don't get a lot in them. So they run out fast. So that is definitely what I've got to do. Get some cat food. I'm trying to go to the shops less, you see. And I've been doing quite well at it. You know, not run out to shops every day. Okay, I've put some of the margarine into that cup to melt it. Shouldn't take long. Yes, it is the middle of the night, and I felt like having something nice, but I have to cook it, bake it. Reset. And then obviously I'm going to feel like a cup of tea. Okay, so I've already put the egg in there. And then I've got the 1 cup of milk to put in there. 1 cup of milk. 1 cup, 250 mils. I'm going to stir that up, and I'm going to put this stuff away. I do like to clean up as I go along. Okay, so I've given it a good mixing. Well, I've given it a mixing. Apparently you don't need to like mix it like a cake. But I've mixed it all in together. Put this away. This is Aldi's margarine. It looks good, smells good. Okay, so now what I do, I found this is the best, and for patty cakes as well, is it's got a spout on the mixing bowl, and just sort of scoop it in like that. I find it's the less messiest. Yes, I'm guilty of overfilling my muffin cases. I've got heaps left. Okay, so I've got some left. And with that I've got left, I'll see what I can scrape into those two. Okay, put them in the oven, and I've put those ones on that tray because they're a bit smaller. It says up to 20 minutes. Let's see, I've put it on 15. I just did that then. And there's not be any mess. That'll go into my recycling. I better turn this light off. And just filling that up to soak it. The washing up. And I boiled my water, but I've got to wait 15 minutes for the muffins. There they are. They're rising. I'm having a pair. They're little kid-sized pears from Woolies. I don't really like pear skin very much. I'd rather slice the pear up and I'm like a kid, peel the skin. They're juicy. Oh, I used to make some apple and pear pies, and my neighbour at the back, well, he's gone now, and he used to have a Granny Smith apple tree hanging over the fence. I've got an apple tree too, but my apples that grow on my apple tree are red apples, and I don't really have, I don't really get very many. The birds eat them all. But my old neighbour, he's died now. He lived in his house for, wow, something like 70 years. He was like nearly 100 years old or something when he died. And then they bought it behind me and chopped all the trees down. I also got lemons as well because he had a lemon tree hanging over the fence. And now the lemon tree's gone. But oh yeah, I used to make some apple and pear pie with puff pastry sheets. Yum. Quite easy to make as well. My timer went off. I put the timer on for 15 minutes. It said 18 to 20 minutes. Do I open the oven door or not? I have my rack there waiting. Lighter. Once again, I can see how it's cooked sort of unevenly, the oven. Oh well. And then down there, they're still a bit soft, but they do firm up though. when you take them out, get them out in a minute. There's my cup of tea. I always have a straw in it. And I've already tried some muffin. I can see some apricot. I love apricot. There. Oh, hang on. I can see apricot in there. Yum. And there's my muffins. Probably could have done with staying in the oven a bit longer. But see how it cooks uneven? I do have a very old oven. I mean, not as old as some. Okay. I've had an oven like this when I've lived in a house before, a similar oven, like a side-by-side Westinghouse like this. And that was when I lived in a house, wow, in the 1990s. I lived in that house when my son was born in 1992. There we are. And that was probably a house that was probably built like maybe 1980. Yeah, I'd say this oven is definitely 80s. I mean, that there could even be 70s, but yeah, it's definitely old. And my landlord likes to fix things by, he's very good at upcycling. There was a problem with the oven door closing, so then he found a grey oven door. So he took the brown oven door off and put this grey oven door on, and then he decided he took the brown grill door off, and he put that grey one on there. Back to my muffin. Oh, it's too much trouble. Easy like that. Yum, yum, yum. I think I got some walnut. Over and out.